Hello everybody and welcome to the 300,000 subscriber special. I think it's only right that I say this now at the beginning of the video. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed over the past few years of this channel actually running, and as I mentioned in my 200,000 subscriber special and my 100,000 subscriber special, I just can't believe that this has even happened, because when I first set up this channel I was sort of expecting maybe 200 to 500 subscribers, that sort of idea, maybe 1,000 at a push, not 300,000. It's just unbelievable. I just never expected this to happen. So there's only so many times I can say thank you. So yeah, thank you. I really do appreciate it. And my appreciation will really be shown in the Halloween special coming up on the 31st of October, because I'll be doing a pretty big giveaway. At least that's my plan. So stay tuned for that. This is just going to be like a collection of different gameplay videos. Certainly ETS2 and Farming Simulator. I'm sort of aiming at an hour-long video. I think we're going to fairly easily fill the hour, so there probably won't be any time for any other games, but I think ETS2 and Farming Simulator are the two games which are mostly requested anyway. Of course there is My Summer Car, but we're going to be possibly doing a bit more of that in the future. We will have to see, because I'm not that good at that game, so that's why I'm sort of holding off doing it. Anyway, here we are. ETS2. Let's see where we were. Where on earth were we? I have no idea. We're as free as the wind. That's good to know. I think we're still in France. I'm not too sure. But if we can get a few deliveries done first of all, that'll be fantastic. Now, if you're not into ETS2, then you can, by all means, skip forward to the Farming Simulator section in this video. I don't know where it's going to be, but there will be Farming Simulator at some point in this, well, couldn't really call it an episode, but in this special video. Right, where are we? Let's have a look. Let's open the map up. Ah, yes, we are indeed in France. So, I don't know. Where can we go? Let's just remove that. I should not have put that on there. External contracts and the freight market is the two things we need to be looking at, really. I tend to go for price per distance, which is already set to, but I was hoping to do some heavy cargo instead of just the standard stuff. So I've gone to freight market. Let's just see. Yeah, I don't think there really is much in the way of heavy cargo, which is unfortunate. It would have been very nice to do that. I suppose if we do the first drop and then look again, we might be able to get some heavy kind of cargo. I didn't really want to be going west. I wanted to go more towards Eastern Europe, that kind of direction. Let's just see. Okay, these have all got a tendency for going south or west. Aha! Bit of lumber. That seems to be quite a good one. Fairly decent money as well. I'll take it. Although, hang on, wait. How far is that to here? From here. Very close. Good. Right, off we go then. I've got the steering sensitivity all set up nicely, so it should be nice and smooth. No erratic driving. I know the erratic driving never looks good in videos, so that is why I've just spent a bit of time before this video setting it up correctly. You know what? I think we must actually be at the place where we're taking this delivery from. Ah, so much for the soft braking. I may have to just adjust that. That was a bit intense. Right. Okay, so before we go anywhere, firstly, we want to be going into controls. I think it's controls. Braking. Braking intensity. Where's that then? Gameplay? Must be. There we go. So it is pretty high. It doesn't want to be super low because otherwise it's going to be quite hard to stop. But it doesn't want to be as intense as that. There's our trailer. Our lights don't seem very bright, but that is, they're on full. And I suppose we could set up the other ones on the grill for when we flash. It's another car or another lorry. There we go. Right. We'll let the legs go up. And hopefully my indicators are set up as well. Perfect. Brilliant. So we should have a nice leisurely drive through France. It is 279 kilometers to our first destination. But as mentioned, hopefully we're going to be able to do 2 deliveries, which will be amazing. Really looking forward to it. It's been some time since we've been playing on ETS2, so a welcome return, that's for sure. I always say I wish I could do more than 1 episode in a month, like 1 a week, but I never really seem to find the time. I really should make time. I really should. I get so carried away with Farming Simulator that I don't really think to do ETS2. You'll have to remind me more often. Keep reminding me, and I'll keep doing it. No, it's still quite busy actually. And we don't have too much horsepower behind us to get this thing moving at any speed. It takes a while. Now, there is actually one person in particular. It's been a while since I've commented, I think, but they always say never indicate before the roundabout if you're turning left or right in the UK, but you really do, I'm sure you do. You definitely do. So, yes, I'm not saying that they're wrong, because that might not be the case in all countries, but certainly in the UK you do. Anyway, if we ever do get to the speed limit, we'll try and maintain the speed up at that sort of area, 80 kilometers per hour. But I don't know, we may never get there. It could be 0 to 60 or 0 to 80 in a few hours. Certainly if we have to keep stopping for junctions and slipways and stuff, or slowing down for that matter. But yep, if we can get some heavy cargo done as well, then I think that is going to go down better than just the standard stuff. I do get quite a lot of people all the time saying, can you use pro mods and all that kind of stuff. I've never actually tried pro mods or any other mods for that matter, so maybe I should do. Maybe I shouldn't just stick with the base game with the DLCs. But the thing is, the reason why I do not really venture outside the realms of the official DLCs is because I can guarantee these work. We know these work. I'm not saying that any of the other mods don't work, it's just if you do just go and get some generic mod, then there's a potential for the game to crash, which is painful, as you'll probably know if it does happen to you. I should think the official mods, or well, the pro mods, are very stable, but as I've never used them, I can't really say. Eventually, we will be replacing this lorry, and it probably is about time that we did replace it because we've had it for so many episodes. It's just they're so expensive. If we can get together enough money from this this delivery, the next delivery, and maybe a few other episodes in the future, then hopefully in maybe, well, 5 episodes time, we might be able to replace it. The thing is, we could actually just take a bank loan out, but then if we don't repay it, then it's going to be just devastating for the business, so we can't just go buying a really big lorry just for the sake of it. And to be honest, although this one is quite slow at acceleration, it is pretty decent at heavy cargo. It isn't rated to be, but it is, because I've tried it before and it can actually tow it pretty well, so we can't complain that much about this one. It does seem to be fairly decent. Ah, the fuel place, just there. We do need some fuel very soon. Hopefully we can wait until the next one, but I don't really want to be running too low. Anyone who has played this properly will obviously understand that running out of fuel is not good. It's very expensive to recover, so yeah, keep an eye on your fuel. It also looks like we need to sleep as well, so if we can sleep after this delivery, then at least we won't have to have the potential of being late. Let's just hope we can get there before falling asleep. Tiredness can kill. Take a break. The roads do seem to be fairly empty, but it is only, well, it is 5 to 3 in the morning. That is sort of expected. Oh wow, there's quite a bit of traffic behind us. That will soon go past us with the speed that we're doing. Although I have to say, we are pressing on quite well, considering what we are. Fully laden as well. Eating up those kilometres. I'm a bit concerned about the icon for sleeping. It does seem to be very full, so if we do start to drift off, then I think we're going to have to take the sensible approach of going for a nap, but then we could possibly make a loss or earn nothing at all on this delivery. It's something I should have checked before, but we'll keep going until we do feel tired. Hopefully we don't feel tired, but the bed is almost full and we must sleep in this bed to drain the gauge. I think that's what ETS2 is implying. Oh, look at that. Very, very busy. Not really expected for the time of night. Much quieter in cab. 100 kilometres left, exactly. And this lorry has just pulled out in front of us and looks to be dithering. We may have to go for an overtake in a second, but we don't want to be sitting alongside causing mayhem. Oh look, it's a toll booth. Good, we'll be able to hopefully accelerate before this one in front. Oh, it's braking. I'm going to go past them. We're going to go for the speed lane. Always like to go through the speed lane. There we go. The fee will be paid at the other end, so I don't know how far it's going to be, but you would have thought it won't be that far. I need to cut across again. You see that lorry is still in there. Oh no, still in the wrong lane. Oh well. It's a shame it's night time, but at least... Oh, I'm saying this actually, but no. If we're going to go to sleep after this, it'll probably be night time again. I have to sleep twice. You can do that, so yes, if it does become, I don't know, late evening, we'll just sleep again and it should be early morning once again. So yeah, no way am I going to do 2 different deliveries in the night time. I suppose we could just say we're night shift workers, but it doesn't make for the best video. And now we're the ones going slowly. These cars will have to overtake us. Yep, and they are doing. They're never going to sit behind us. Oh, fuel. Yeah, almost forgot. Here we are. Right, so I think we have to go to the far one over here. Not entirely sure why, because it actually isn't any taller. So it can't be for height, not too sure. Here we are. This could be costly. Just when we try to make some money, we're going to have to spend some more. Interesting they call it the petrol station and not the fuel station, because we're refilling with diesel. Although, actually, yes, I still call it the petrol station in real life, even if filling it with diesel. So I suppose that makes sense. Yep, so that was pretty expensive. Just 54 kilometres left. Here is the lorry park, which we could use, but we're not going to. Get back in cab view. Always seems better. Right. Let's rejoin this main road. And let's see how long it takes us to get to our destination. It actually shouldn't be too long at all. Should be able to get through it in no time. We're just coming off here, and this is the end of the toll road, so we're going to have to pay some more money. Yay. We always have to pay lots of money. We also have to rejoin here. Wow. Trees. Lots of trees. How much is it going to be? 30 euros? Oh, 23. Look at that. Look at the dense trees here. Very nice. Very nice. That is quite a good screenshot, actually. We could take it. Photo studio. It's always very hard to get a good screenshot. Well, I think I've taken one. You should be able to see it in the thumbnail for this video. In fact, you should have already seen it before even watching the video. But it will have likely been chopped about a bit and a bit of Farming Simulator integrated into it, just to make it look a bit more fancy. I do try my best to make the thumbnails look as interesting as possible. Very difficult though, as I explained in my behind the scenes video. Talking of behind the scenes, because I know that saying that now, somebody's going to mention the fact that I haven't put any behind the scenes videos on for a while. There will be one very soon. I've just been very busy recently, so haven't really found the time to do it. Anyway, here we go. This is the destination. Just as it's coming light, we're going very fast. But we should get about 6,000 euros for this, hopefully. We haven't had any speeding fines, we've not crashed into anything, at least that I know of. We should know. So yeah, about 6,000 euros. I'm going to reverse the trailer myself. We're not going to do any kind of skipping of the parking. That's just a waste of experience points. Because, let's be honest, it isn't that hard. Some of them are a little bit tricky. If you're doing it from out of cab view, it's dead easy. If you're going to do it from in cab view, it's a bit harder. I tend to do it from in cab view, but I stick my head out the window. It does make it a bit easier. Oh, it's raining now, look. Great. Right, well here we are. This is where we need to be. Looks very nice. Never been here before. Yes, so let's drive into the trigger. Decide what we need to do. We need to go to the park over here, which is behind that building. Confirm. Yeah, I don't think it'll be too difficult to do this. Obviously, like I say, we're going to be in cab view. Put the wipers on. Try and spin around here. It's a bit tight. And then we just need to reverse the trailer around the bend. This is going to be the hardest part about it. But I'm hoping it's not going to be that hard. Keep going. Oh, that's a bit tight there. Oh no, is the actual parking space is the other side, it would appear, which is annoying. In that case, let's just pull forward. There we go. Yeah, great parking. It should take it. Come on. As I was explaining, doing it from out of cab view is easier. Oh look, it wants to take it at that. That's helpful. Because it wasn't that good at parking, was it really? Anyway, we do get 6,529 euros and we level up. Brilliant. I think ADR. Right, next job. Right, so the next load is a transformer, and this is the best price I could get for heavy cargo. So it's not actually that good, it's about 5,000 euros. You can get much better. And we're in the part of France where we didn't really want to be, but it doesn't matter because we're working for somebody else, so we'll basically just teleport straight back to where we were a minute ago without having to travel again, so it's not all bad. Now this is 47 tons, so not exactly light. Plus it seems like a fairly nice lorry as well, Volvo. So I'm hoping most people appreciate it. I know I do. Seems decent. But unfortunately it is raining. So, oh yeah, wipers. Wipers could be good. We may have to put them on a bit faster as well. It's a horrible day, really wet. Obviously not the same time of the week, or same day when we were doing the previous load, unless the weather has just turned for the worst very quickly, which it seems to have done. Right, I'm going to go back in cab view because I'm terrible at driving these things from out of cab view. I don't know why, because in Farming Simulator it's easy, but in ETS2 it just doesn't really seem that easy to stay in the lanes. I suppose it's different though, because in Farming Simulator we're just in a field, whereas here we have to stay between the white lines, so it's a bit more challenging. Anyway, it is 18 degrees, pouring with rain, and 6:09 in the morning. We don't care at all about fuel, and we don't really care about sleeping because it doesn't even apply. So, yeah, it's a trouble-free journey, except for the rain, and somehow we're being held up by a much smaller lorry. Now we're tailgating. But I don't think it's going to be a very good idea overtaking with this thing. That really could speed up. Come on. I'm guessing it's a fairly low horsepower lorry, that's why. Just battling with the hill. Yep, back in cab view because this is uncontrollable from third person. Now I don't know how long it's going to be until the next subscriber special milestone. I suppose it's going to be 400,000. It's over a year. Oh, great. That car wants to... No, I can't move. But yes, it's going to be a while. Unless, of course, everybody keeps subscribing, which would be amazing. But I think I've been on Social Blade, and it shows something like... I think it is over a year. I think it's about January 2019 or something. I don't know. I didn't really look at it in too much detail, but I think it is. That must be at the current rate, though, and... Actually, my channel stayed dormant for about half a year. This channel was active with about 27 subscribers for 6 or 7 months, and I think over a 6-month period I gained about 3 subscribers. And I remember saying at the time, I wonder if my channel will ever have any more than 27 subscribers. And it does. Amazing. But I suppose one thing was I wasn't really uploading any videos, so without videos you're not really going to gain subscribers. Now, I do get a lot of people ask me how do I start YouTube and stuff, and I've sort of not really replied to them. I just held back because it's a very long-winded process explaining, and even the biggest YouTubers don't really know how you become successful because the algorithms for YouTube change daily, so it's very hard to predict which videos are going to do well to make your channel successful. If it was as simple as just saying you have to do this, this and this, then of course everybody's going to know, and I could easily just tell everybody how you become a fairly successful. Because I'm not that successful. I know that I appreciate everything, but there are people with millions of subscribers, like 40, 50, maybe even 55 million subscribers. I think there is. So yeah, like 300,000 is nothing. But I think the key is really to upload regularly. That's very important. Fresh content, your own content, decent thumbnails, that kind of thing. Otherwise, there's nothing else you can really say about how to set up a successful YouTube channel. So that's all I can say, really. And good luck. Oh, not again. Another toll booth. And this thing is heavy to stop. It made me stop and everything. That barrier could have gone up way earlier. Now I have to pick up speed, back through every gear. We're causing a backlog of cars. They will not be happy. On the plus side, we only have 154 kilometers left, so if we can stay on the right track without getting lost and without gaining or acquiring any fines, then yeah, we're not exactly that far off getting paid. We're back down at £29,243. So we did get to 32,000, but we've just had to pay the loan. So it's taken it once again. Whoa, that was a bit of a bad move. Transformer is rocking around like mad. Let's just stay in here when we know what we're doing. We can actually drive properly. I have no real way of knowing how long I've been recording for, so this video could be longer than an hour or shorter. I would guess it is going to be a bit shorter, but obviously you can see, all you have to do is look at the video and see how long it is. But I would guess, if I was to guess how long it is, I would say, let's see how accurate I am. I'm not going to fiddle this in any way. I think it's going to be 56 minutes long. Let's hope it isn't embarrassingly shorter. The problem is, we're going to be heading over to the west coast in a second, and it's the middle of winter, so there is next to nothing to do. I think it's going to be snowing, so obviously snow clearance could be on the agenda, but if it's not, then it's just going to be a case of feeding the sheep, and that is it. We could just be sat here twiddling our thumbs, which is not very productive at all, nor exciting. But still, we'll head over there and we'll see what we can do. Hopefully there is something decent. I probably should have actually uploaded the gold mining video for this video, because that's a bit more proactive. But still, yep, we'll just have a hunt about and see what jobs are available. I suppose we could potentially do some contracting, but even then there isn't really much to do with it being the middle of winter. And I've not actually done contracting in the West Coast, so I don't even know if it's set up. I'll take a look. Tree ET. I think they've been in ETS since the very first one. Since Euro Truck Simulator 1. I remember the first day that I played ETS 1. That sounds really weird. So used to saying ETS 2. I've just gone wrong, haven't I? That is not good. And I did say I'm not going to go wrong. Typical. Right, let me just get myself on the right track again. Bear with me. Well, this is not an advisable manoeuvre, but it needs to be done. Wow. It's definitely possible, though. I don't know what they're going to think over here at security. At least we don't have to pay, or do we? I don't know. Oh well. Yes, let's get back on the right track. Anyway, I was going to say that when I first played ETS 1, I thought it was absolutely amazing, and I didn't really think that it could be improved. But then ETS 2 came out, and yeah, it proved me wrong. Yes, you can indeed improve off ETS 1. I should probably just call it ETS. So yeah, I mean, if you look back at ETS now, it's not that good at all. and this is amazing. Before that, there wasn't really many decent trucking games. I played 18 Wheels of Steel American Long Haul for quite a long time. I used to enjoy that, but again, if you look back at that, it's not very good at all. So, ETS really and American Truck Simulator really does have the market. That's for sure. Right, let's make up time. Well, we are here now, and we have made up time very well indeed. Hopefully, we're not going to have to... oh my goodness. How close was that? Oh, pretty good actually. Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully we don't have to incur any losses due to the time it took me to turn around, which was actually quite some time. But here we are. This is where we need to go to. Our final destination. Oh, we actually have a beacon. It doesn't work. We actually do... oh. Oh, I don't know the control for it. I used to know. I used to have the controls for the beacon. Oh well, not to worry. Let's just go and park up. I'm going left here, and there is the depot. Somewhere to the right. There we go. What's it called? Globe Euro or Globe Euro? I think it would be Globe. Okay, so we're going to park our own trailer once again. 90 experience points, and I think I might do it from out of cab view because I'm not very good at reversing this trailer. Not very good at all. Really not used to the way the trailer can steer when reversing. Hopefully, I can actually get it into there in one piece. Or oh no! Wow. Yep, it's something you need to go slowly at, I think. Very slowly. Slow and steady to get it in there in one piece without any kind of accidents or mishaps. So there we go. Good work. Oh, we did actually... was it damage? Damage penalty, 1.8%. That's a shame. Oh well, at least we have still increased the experience and also a bit of money. So we're going to finish the ETS2 part of this video now, and we're going to go over to Farming Simulator, so I'll see you in a second. And here we are. The West Coast. A very bleak West Coast. It is snowing. Very beautiful. If this was the Christmas special, then it would be very fitting. But it isn't. This is just the 300k special. So, yes, I think what's going to happen is the snow is going to start to settle. So what we should probably do is just prepare ourselves for the snow settling in the yard so we can clear the snow out of there. We're going to be using the front loader, I'd have thought. Although, actually, nope, we're not going to be using the front loader because that would be very slow. Well, we've got two options. We could buy the wheel loader, which I really don't want to do because that would be going against my rule of not going under 150,000, or we could just get the one for the 3-point linkage, which I think is what we'll do. It's just going to be the silage leveler. There are some really good ones by Wood Meadow Farm Modding, but yeah, that would be, again, quite expensive. So let's just go over to the yard. We're at the restart point, the spawn point, so we're going to have to just tab between them. I think probably the John Deere, actually. I did just see it. There it is. Let's get it all started up, nice and warm. It is -5 degrees. Wow, that is cold. It's not settling just yet, but it will be very, very soon. It's bound to. One thing which does stop the snow from settling is if you have the fast forward mod and you fast forward through the day, it doesn't tend to build up and settle. So if you hate the snow, then you could do that, but then I don't think you'd be running seasons if you hate the snow. I actually really love snow. Not so keen on rain, only if it's required. But when it just rains day after day, it's a bit miserable, but snow is lovely. I suppose if you're in one of these countries where it snows continually in the winter, then you may not be quite so fond of it, but we never get enough in the UK. Although I suppose that is not a bad thing, because for some reason the country grinds to a halt if we get a centimetre. But I suppose that is just because we don't get it enough. We're not really prepared for it. But a centimetre isn't exactly extreme. Oh well. Now we don't need the work lights on. I shouldn't have been driving down here with them on. I really don't know what else we can do today. It's just going to be a case of messing about, I think. We do have the animal notifications which says clean your sheep hair and collect your eggs, so there really isn't anything. Oh, we could take the forager back as well. Been putting it off, it needs to be done. Let's just go into here first, into levelers. It needs to be the one. Actually, we could get the bigger one. We could use this, although it is quite expensive. We'll go for the smaller one. I can't really see the need in wasting money. Not that it's even required yet, but I think it's imminent. I think it's just going to suddenly appear with lots of snow. Provided we have the setting switched on, actually, that would be not good if I have got it switched off. Nope, that's all perfect. So there should be no problems with the snow settling. Hopefully that works. On my old computer, when I first got Farming Simulator 17, my old computer actually had a very strange fault with Farming Simulator. I couldn't use J and N to lower and lift the silage lever. Even if I adjusted the controls and rebound them to a different key, it still wouldn't work. So I really don't know what that was about. This new computer, it was new in January, has no issues at all. So bizarre, really weird. Great. Great demand. Oh, look at that. Great demand at Frontier for barley. Well, we actually have loads of barley to sell. That couldn't have come at a better time. That's what we can do then. Oh, it's just settled. I suppose the entire yard is going to be covered. That's weird. I was actually expecting that to follow the tractor perfectly, but it actually is offset. It's all folded up, so I can't actually see any kind of setting or control, that was very close, for making sure that follows us perfectly. Maybe it's designed for a smaller tractor. Well, it is. Maybe it would follow a smaller tractor much better. This is very Christmassy. I think I've got my seasons mixed up. It is only autumn. Everything is absolutely covered. Except for the roads. Thankfully, the roads are actually snow ploughed. Except for this one. Spoke too soon. Let me get this thing unfolded. We can clear this road as well. Some roads it doesn't allow you to clear. Let's see if this one's one of them. We can do, but with there being a bank either side, it doesn't exactly make it easy for us. Yeah, it's making little difference really. In fact, we're sort of ploughing the snow from the bank and putting it into the middle of the road. I think we should probably just focus on our own yard, otherwise it's just pointless. Oh, it does get a bit deeper here. It does. Let me just see. Maybe able to. Yeah, that is a slight improvement, you could say, but it's not exactly perfect. We need to properly drop off this forager first, though, because before we do that, we can't really manoeuvre properly. And I think as well, you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to wait for the snow to stop, because if we leave it snowing, then we may just clear it and it's going to just settle again and make another mess. This is really not the right forager for this tractor. We're going to have to get a smaller tractor for it, I think, in the same pack. Very nice Massey Ferguson pack. Should use it more often. This is mainly for the swaths of grass when we come to mow it in the spring and then row it up. It's a very tall pipe. The pipe is actually classed as out. Yeah, that's in and that was out. Amazing. These old designs, really, I suppose they're not really, when they were designed, the roads were smaller and the machinery was smaller. But this is the yard we're going to be working in. As you can see, it has built up quite nicely in here, so we really must get this cleared up when the snow has finished. I'm hoping it's not going to snow for too long. Through there can be a very good resting place for the snow. I think we can just pile it up. you know what? Let me put it times 5. I'm going to turn the engine off, and we're going to use the tractor and trailer to sell some barley, because we're just wasting the great demand. Actually, we don't have too much. There we go. So if we can bring the tractor and trailer over here with the tractor and front loader, then we can actually make some money today, which would be nice to see. Well, this is everything we require. Obviously, this trailer needs to be positioned in a fairly accessible place, otherwise it's going to be very hard. Oh, and we have some snow in the bucket, lovely. When it does snow, it actually does fill trailers and buckets, so we must do this very quickly. We need to tell the game that the fruit type, or the crop type for the trailer, is barley and not snow. So let's just go very fast to get this all sorted, otherwise we're going to have to tip the trailer just to get the snow out. So, yep, barley first. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the wheel loader anymore. It would have been nice to have it, because we could have obviously loaded up at a much faster rate, but this would do. At least we have something with a bucket. Still snow in my bucket. There we go. We'll have to keep it in the angled down position to prevent snow from entering it. One thing which would be very nice if they did it in Farming Simulator would be to remove weather from inside farm buildings. It's obviously still snowing in here, and if it rains in as well. I think that is one of the biggest criticisms when it comes to the weather, I would say. Because I don't think many people request any sort of particular weather type, such as hurricanes or, I don't know, like gales, that kind of thing. Although it would be quite nice to have wind in Farming Simulator. There is no wind, which when you think about it is kind of weird. You don't tend to think of it though. You don't think, oh, this game is really lacking something. It's because there is no wind. You just don't. But it would be very interesting to have it. Like, there's a gentle breeze. You can see the trees are animated, but there's nothing like winter weather. You know, you get these winter storms and gales and stuff. You don't get any of that. But I would say that 3D ploughing textures is the priority. It really is. It's about time that the textures were 3D. That's what they should really do in FS19. I don't know how many people would agree with me with that, but it has been mentioned, I would say, since FS08. Definitely. Because I can remember when I used to... actually, I never commented really, but I used to go on forums, the Farming Simulator forums, and read other people's suggestions and stuff. And 3D ploughing textures was one of the biggest suggestions, and it still hasn't been done. So that really must be done by now. It has to be. FS19 has to offer that. Otherwise, I don't think there's going to be a huge change when it comes to the ground textures. I reckon the snow's getting deeper. It is a good job we're waiting. Ow. I would say this is the final bucket load, so when we have loaded this up, we'll try and see if there is anything actually in the storage silo. I think there is. And if there is, we'll add that to the trailer. Hopefully get it 100% full. If we can sell 100% of this trailer at great demand, then we'll be doing very well. Another welcome money bonus. A cash boost for us. Another step towards the telehandler and the self-propelled sprayer, which we definitely do want in the future. I don't really know what's more of a priority. Both would be very useful. A self-propelled sprayer or a Merlot telehandler. I don't know. But we can't just go buying stuff for the sake of it before we actually know we can afford it. Because although there is £162,000 there, we still can't afford it. They're only cheap, but we have to keep enough money set aside for emergencies. Also for seed, fertiliser, all of that kind of stuff. Luckily, we've got rid of the annoying interest on the loan, because that was very expensive. So that's now gone, but vehicle maintenance as well. So many different things. These different expenses which can really kill your business. We have to do well on this Let's Play, otherwise I have failed. 100%? Yeah, 21,000 litres, fantastic. I'm tempted to travel with the bucket tilted down, but it's going to be a bit too high, it's just going to fill with snow. Right, it's very blue, the lighting from that tractor. Right, so the place where we're going to go to is down here. It's quite a long way to go, I think I do know the way. We actually can go this way. It's a bit slippery. I'm not just saying that, it actually is slippery. Seasons adds ice as well as snow. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how much money we can make from this. I think it may be blocked by the animal notification mod. You can move the weather forecast. But it tends to block it. We can just guess that, actually, we're at a round number. That is perfect, 162,000. So we'll see what we're at after that and we can work it out. Anyway, if I don't crash into a ditch, I will see you closer to the sell point. Would you believe it, the snow has finished. It has finally stopped. Which means we can now clear the snow because there is no more due for a number of days, so it's not going to reappear. So as soon as this is sold, we'll do that. I probably should have put the cover over. A bit late now though. But doesn't it look bleak? It's very realistic, it really is. Seasons is such a well-made mod, and when a modder puts so much effort in fact this is a perfect example, Seasons, perfect mod, the West Coast, a perfect mod. When those two come together, or any other perfect map, it's just, it's nothing like the base game, it really isn't. It totally transforms everything. It makes this game feel like it should be worth about £50. It's very good. But the game itself is good anyway. Without the base game, you could never do this. But then, without the modders, then Farming Simulator wouldn't be where it is today. So, it needs everybody. It needs the entire community to pull the game together. I might as well dump the snow out of the bucket. There isn't much. In fact, you didn't even see it. Probably should have used a bigger tractor, just because this one is lacking horsepower. Not really best for towing with, it's more just for yard shunting, moving stuff about. And when you think about it, although it doesn't look like a very big trailer, it is actually quite big, very heavy. That's where we're going to. Let's get this grain sold. Right. Obviously there's lots of different selling areas, so the one we need we're going to have to locate. There, that must be ours just here. Okay, watch the money, it hasn't changed, keeps it simple. Oh, look at that, it's set to the wrong thing. That's going to need to be changed. Right. It's 10,000. Oh wow, we can still see it. 13,689 plus the bit I sold before. So, in actual fact, that is very impressive. We were at 162, we're now at 179.52. It's going to be very useful for us next year. Right, back to the yard and then a bit of snow clearance. And I think we're going to call it a day. We've been very busy, we've got a lot done. And it's very cold. It's very slippery around here. Wow, that is slippery. Sort of drifting into my parking space. We'll just go over here. We don't need to clear the entire yard. Right, oh, yeah, turn the lights off as well. Get into the John Deere. Let's get a bit of snow clearance done. It's going to be a very quick session of this, I think. Bit of a cold start. Yeah, you see, where I did plough before, it's now covered over again, so it's a good job we didn't do it earlier. I'll push it round the corner, really. And we don't need to clear every single section, it just needs to be like a track running through. Certainly push all this through here. It's good. Okay, and now for this bit, I think if I go from the other way, then we'll be able to just push it around the corner instead of having to reverse with it. And yeah, I mean underneath the sheds there's a snow mask anyway, so it's not going to snow in there. It may take a few attempts to get this perfect because the blade can only push so much. It gets quite heavy and full. It's looking quite good though already. I think also there is tyre track switched on, so technically wherever the tyres run should remove the snow, should clear it out of the way. Okay, let's go for this next push. Should get a lot of it moved. Oh wow. Very slippery. I don't know if anybody else has seen it, but there is actually a video, a very old video, of somebody drifting a John Deere around a very icy yard. This sort of reminds me of that. I don't actually know why it wants to keep missing bits. For some reason, where it's built up, it's just giving up and not pushing it out of the way. Come on, there we go, that's better. Much better. And finally, we'll go down here once more. It's much better than it was. And we'll be doing this again anyway this winter, because there is still more snow forecast. I think it's possibly the final day of winter, amazingly. But that does seem to be the case, even in the UK. For some reason you can go through the entire winter with no snow, and then at the end when you want spring, when it feels like it's going to be spring, it goes and snows. Not very often, because it doesn't really snow, but that's what it tends to do. Weird. That's more. Yeah, that's doing much more. It doesn't like you turning with it though. If you let multiple layers of snow build up, that's when it's very difficult to clear. And there we go. That should do nicely. So I think we're going to leave it there. We've obviously done quite a bit today. It's also very cold and it's 5 to 5. So yeah, we're not going to stay out here. We've cleared an entranceway, so if we have any deliveries or anything they can get in. And yeah, everything that needs to be done has been done. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this 300k special. Once again, thank you to everybody who has subscribed. And hopefully you do stay subscribed for a long time yet. I'll keep trying to make some decent videos. Anyway, until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.